his funny little line to Hugh Ashmore. So that was when they were doing Old Man Out.
Yeah.
So yeah, you'd be doing that here. So my there's a whole series of Irish films that he made. Singe, Riders to the Sea, Playboy, The Western World. He did. My favourite, and I can sneak one down here if you're interested, is Richard Attenborough. What was his first film?
I suppose.
Wasn't Simba, no.
About the animal. Acting.
Yeah. Richard Attenborough, Dickie Attenborough.
It was naval film, was it?
In Which We Serve.
Yeah.
Correct.
No.
No. Didn't have a credit in it, and he only had a tiny part. His first fully credited film was called The £100 Window, and directed by Brian. Now, it was lost for 30 years. It's basically about a father who takes a wrong turn in life with a betting syndicate. And I don't want to do any more than that, other than his son is a very young Richard Attenborough. And the son plays a very pivotal role in his father's life. And it's a beautiful film. But it's his first. And I've got it, because it was lost for 30 years. And they
Did you have it all along?
Yeah, I wasn't telling you. So we've got that. Screen Rats, beautiful film. And then the other one is our pacifist, James Mason. His breakthrough film was 1942 in a film called Alibi, playing probably fourth or fifth down the credit roll. But the girl on the top was Margaret Lockwood, who's gorgeous, and she's a big friend of Brian's. And James Mason's big breakthrough film was a film called Alibi, and I've got that as well. But it's not out there. So if anybody's ever interested, we can do those. So anyway, I've gone on far too long, so I'll shut up.
Well, can I just ask you for one more connection with Bond, possibly? Because we sat and watched every single Bond film from start to the most recent one. It took us 26 weeks.
Oh, who did all 26?
Noel, he got a badge. And a mug for turning up. There were only two who made it the whole time. Mark Anderson as well. But there's with one of the actors who played Bond, I know that Brian had a connection. I wonder, would you share it with us? Just
so I when I was walking up the stairs, I saw the little
at the bottom,
the little Roger Moore. So I've got the original.
Have you?
I've got the original painting.
I hope you don't mind.
No, because I said to the artist, no, I'm happy to get you to push it out. So and he's reading Hearthstone film.
Yep.
So 1944, the world's most expensive film ever made at that stage was Caesar and Cleopatra. With a very, very stunning, gorgeous. I've got loads of the stills in the house, and every time I look at it, I just fall in love. Vivian Leigh, who is just stunning, and the main headline director was a megalomaniac who pretty much got it wrong, and Rank brought in Brian to do scenes. And Brian did a lot of the Vivian Leigh scenes, but Brian wasn't allowed any credits whatsoever on the film. That was part of the contract. He filmed, he directed, but he wasn't allowed any credits. And in the making of that film, there is a young spear carrier, number 143, who was Roger Moore. And Roger got the spear carrying role because Roger's father was a policeman, came to a break-in at Brian's house. His father said, I've got this laybout son who's modelling knitwear, and can you give him something to do? And Roger became spear carrier number 123, and he turned up at Royal Opera House, the Opera House in Belfast, about 4 or 5 years ago, one of his final appearances, and he stood on stage and said, I pretty much owe my start to Brian Desmond Hurst as spear carrier number 123 because he had a bit more to say. Because Brian, after that, gave him a role opposite Christopher Lee in Trotty True, and he paid for Roger to go to RADA. So he's got a bit of a bond link. My problem with Brian is the reason I called the documentary An Irishman Chained to the Truth is Brian, when we were young, would tell us stories and we go, yeah, a bit like probably you're going today when I'm telling you these. We go, yeah. Do you want me up? Yeah. Go for it. Yeah. What do you remember? Yeah. And then I started to realize that actually there were significant things that he underplayed and other things that he kind of overplayed, but had no real reason to overplay. But actually, the really important things he underplayed. And so we called that documentary An Irishman Chained to the Truth. And these stories just, you look at them and you think, no, this is impossible. This didn't happen to a boy from East Belfast who was a metal worker's son. This is impossible. It's all true. But there's a real good bone of truth running through it. So is it time to watch the film? Without more ado, I don't know what's the best thing to do in terms of, because I've overrun significantly on my intro, my 10-minute intro, become a 45-minute intro. But I thought it was quite a relaxed surrounding, and you seem to be interested in it. So
Parker were asleep, so you're all right.
Nobody's asleep there. So what I will just do